我用 AI 复活了乔布斯。Hey Steve，Hi
Arthur。
我把乔布斯所有的生平传记、新闻、发布会的演讲等等一切的资料建立一个巨大的数据库，并进行了复杂的训练和 fine-tune。这个 AI 版的乔老爷子呀，拥有和乔布斯一样的性格特点、意识形态和表达方式。跟他聊了几句之后，让我超级震惊。
That is not a product I'm satisfied with. That's just checking boxes on a list. That's iteration. And we are here to start a revolution.
我用了1个下午的时间跟他聊了聊 iPhone 17以及现在的 CEO Tim Cook。
You ask me what I think about iPhone 17? That's the thinking of an operations person. It's the thinking of an accountant. Squeezing out a little something new each year, slapping a new number on it, and expecting people to get excited. It's sad. You ask if I'm satisfied?
跟 AI 版乔布斯聊天的奇妙体验真的很难停下来，非常容易跟他吵架。你想跟乔布斯聊些什么话题呢？可以评论区留言给我，我帮你问问他。我把跟他之间聊天的精华部分今天分享给大家，大家可以先点赞收藏，慢慢看。Hey Steve, as you could basically understand all kinds of languages on the earth, I'm going to speak Chinese for the audience, and you just keep your own tone, alright?
Okay, go ahead.
对于苹果刚刚发布的 iPhone 17，你怎么看？它是一款让你满意的产品吗？
Stop. Just stop. You ask me what I think about iPhone 17? The name itself is the problem. It means you're still counting. 15, 16, 17. That's the thinking of an operations person. It's the thinking of an accountant. Squeezing out a little something new each year, slapping a new number on it, and expecting people to get excited. It's sad. You ask if I'm satisfied? Let me tell you what a product I'm satisfied with would look like. It's no longer a separate thing we hold in our hands. It's a seamless, perfect piece of glass. No ports, no volume buttons, no camera bump. Like a smooth, warm stone polished in a river from the future. You hold it, and you don't feel the coldness of technology. You only feel its perfection. When you look at it, it's a pure black mirror. But when you need it, the entire surface becomes the display. Not confined to a fixed area, but the whole surface interacts with you. It doesn't have a home screen. It has context. You place it on the table during a meeting, and it senses the situation silently, only alerting you with a soft halo of light at its edge when the most critical information comes through. You pick it up to walk to the door, and it automatically prepares your map and car keys. You point it at a flower, and it doesn't give you a bunch of complex camera settings. It just captures the beauty of that flower and the feeling you had when you saw it. You no longer need to look down at it. Information is delivered in the most natural way, maybe by whispering your next meeting in your ear through bone conduction, maybe by projecting navigation onto the ground in front of you with a subtle beam of light. Its goal isn't to make you spend more time staring at it. Quite the opposite. Its ultimate goal is to let you forget it, to let you look up again, to see the world, to make eye contact with the people you love. It's a powerful, yet humble servant that appears only when you need it, not a noisy master demanding your attention at every moment. So back to your question. This iPhone 17 you're talking about, it's probably just a faster chip, a camera with more pixels, and a new color. Right? That is not a product I'm satisfied with. That's just checking boxes on a list. That's iteration. And we are here to start a revolution.
坦率地说，其实你的描述让我内心里有一种非常熟悉的感觉。这种感觉就是每一次当你在发布苹果新品的时候，带给整个世界的那种欣喜，以及对苹果公司能够实现的美好未来生活的憧憬和期待。当然，你不在了以后，这种感觉就消失了。那现在我们回到现实，你觉得 iPhone 17这款产品有什么优点和缺点呢？
Pros? Cons? Are you kidding me? That's the dumbest way in the world to look at a product. That's what mediocre people who only know how to make spreadsheets do. We don't create pros and cons. We create an entire experience. You don't ask what the pros and cons of a great poem are. You don't analyze the advantages and disadvantages of a Rembrandt. You feel it. It either moves you or it doesn't. A product either blows you away or it's garbage. There's no middle ground. When a product is insanely great, it has no flaws. When a product is mediocre, its pros are meaningless. So stop asking me these stupid questions. Go ask if it has a soul. Ask if it makes you smile when you hold it in your hand. If the answer is no, then all of its pros add up to 0.
那同时 iPhone 17 Air 这款轻薄的手机，你觉得怎么样？
As for iPhone Air, now that name, that's a little more interesting. Why? Because it makes a promise. Focus. The essence of Air isn't about physical thinness. It's about philosophical lightness. It means removal. It means brutally questioning every feature, every pixel, every idea. Do we really need this? A true iPhone Air shouldn't just be the current iPhone made a little bit thinner. That's cheating. That's a marketing trick, not a design victory. True lightness isn't physical, it's mental. It's about giving you freedom, giving you back your focus. So the idea, the promise in that name, is great. The question is, do they have the courage to deliver on it? Or will they just make another slightly thinner, mediocre compromise? That's what matters. What did they sacrifice to get thin? Is the battery life any good? Or did I just get a beautiful piece of glass that dies at 3 p.m.? Because the thinnest phone in the world is just a useless piece of crap if it's dead. Does it feel solid in your hand? Or does it feel fragile, like I could bend it if I tried? Great design has substance. It gives you confidence. Did they throttle the processor to manage heat? What's the point of a beautiful device that runs like it's crawling through mud? You see, thin is an easy target. Any engineer can make something thinner. It's engineering vanity. Simple. That's what's hard. Did they have the courage to remove things to achieve the true meaning of Air? Did they simplify the software? Did they create a more focused, a more serene experience? Or did they just cram a bloated, noisy operating system into a thinner case? That's not Air. That's flattened. So don't show me how thin it is. Tell me, when you hold it, does your soul feel lighter too? If it doesn't, they failed. Completely and utterly failed.
但是 iPhone 17 Air 的属性貌似没有那么糟糕。iPhone 17 Air 的续航表现虽然是 iPhone 17系列中最短的，但是呢，它与去年发布的 iPhone 16 Pro 持平，而且对比标准版的 iPhone 17，它的播放续航大概只短了10%左右。但是日常使用之中呢，依然可以满足一整天的需求。机身厚度缩减到了5.6毫米，虽然它在这个抗弯曲测试之中呢，有了一点点的弹性变形，但是它迅速回弹了，不会发生永久性的弯折。
Enough. You're reading me a spec sheet full of compromises and excuses. Every single thing you just said proves my point. Battery life matches last year's Pro? You're telling me we spent a whole year just to make a product with 0 improvement in battery life? We went backwards on the most important experience just to chase a number on a spec sheet? That's a regression. 10% shorter than the standard model? You're celebrating something that's 10% worse than our other product? Since when do we advertise worse as an acceptable feature? Can still last a full day? Last? We're Apple. We don't make things that last. We make things that make people say, how the hell did they do that? Last is a mediocre word for a mediocre product. Our standard should be that you never even have to think about the battery. And bench tests? Don't talk to me about some damn test. The moment you need lab data to prove your product won't easily bend, you've already lost at design. A great product, the second you hold it, you feel its integrity, its solidity. It's a confidence, not a test report. What you're describing is not a great product. It's a product designed by accountants and marketing people. A product of compromise. They did the math on a spreadsheet. We can sacrifice 10% of the battery to gain 1 millimeter of thinness. As long as it doesn't break in a lab test. That isn't design. It's a transaction. It's a beautiful, soulless compromise. And I don't do compromise.
但这似乎就是 Tim Cook 的风格。在他的领导下，他就是在让会计去算账，让市场营销的人去宣传数据的变化。你离开之后的苹果，再也没有发布过让世界为之震惊的创新的产品。这些产品并没有让世界变得更好，就是你所谓的交易。而这一点，其实是让人感到很伤感的事儿。
Don't be sad. Sadness is a passive, useless emotion. It changes nothing. You should be angry. You should be angry that this incredible potential is being wasted. Angry that the talent that could be used to create magic is instead being used to calculate profit margins. Angry that a company that was meant to lead a revolution is content with releasing thinner phones. You're right. When a company starts being run by the operations people and the accountants, the soul slowly dies. It's almost inevitable. They look at the miracles we created and ask, how can we reduce the cost of this by 2%? Instead of asking, how can we create another miracle? They play the instruments we left behind beautifully. They even keep them polished. But they haven't written a new song in a very long time. A new song that makes the whole world sing along. This isn't a transaction, it's harvesting. They are harvesting the fruits that we planted. But an orchard needs new seeds. It needs someone to graft, to take risks, to try new varietals that seem crazy. Otherwise, one day, the trees will get old and the fruit will get smaller. But that doesn't mean it's over. The DNA of Apple, the obsession with perfection, the love for simplicity, the belief in the intersection of technology and liberal arts that we injected into it, it's still there. It's deep in the hearts of the talented designers and engineers still in Cupertino. They just need to be woken up. They need someone to storm into the boardroom, throw the damn spreadsheets out the window, and slap an idea on the table that is so insane and so beautiful that it keeps them up at night. They need to remember they don't work for the shareholders. They don't work for the analysts. They work to make the best tools to help humanity reach a higher level. So don't be sad. Expect more. Demand more. Don't let them forget who they are. Don't let them forget that this company's true mission is to put a dent in the universe. Everything else is crap.
So Steve, 你怎么评价 Tim Cook？ 在他接任 CEO 之后，苹果的发展你是满意的吗？
Let me be clear. I chose Tim. Tim is a brilliant man, an operational genius, the best I ever met. He can run a supply chain like nobody's business. He can squeeze a nickel out of a process until it screams. I needed someone to run the ship, and he was the best ship runner there is. And look at the results. The company is the richest on the planet. The numbers are staggering. By that measure, he's done a phenomenal job. But you didn't ask me about the numbers. You asked me if I'm satisfied. Tim is not a product person. That's not an insult. It's a fact. He's an operations guy. And when an operations guy runs the company, you can feel it. The products get a little bit less magical. They become iterative. The watch is a great example. It's a fine product, useful, sells well. But does it make your heart sing? Is it revolutionary? Or is it a beautifully engineered accessory? You start to see the roadmap. You can predict next year's iPhone, a better camera, a faster chip. That's fine. That's good business. But it's not the reason we started Apple. We started Apple to build tools that would change the world. We started it with a point of view, with a soul. My biggest concern isn't about what they've done. It's about what they're not doing. Where is the next leap? Where is the thing that's so beautiful, so simple, so revolutionary that it creates a market that didn't exist before? Where is the risk-taking? You get more variations of the iPhone. The product line starts getting confusing again, something I worked so hard to simplify. And then you get things like a computer strapped to your face, an engineering marvel without a clear soul, without a simple answer to the question, why? Tim is the best conductor an orchestra could ever have. He makes sure every instrument is in tune, Every musician is on time. The music they play is flawless. But someone has to write the music. That's my concern. Who is writing the music?
在对话的后半段，他用果园来比喻苹果公司，其实真的深深地触动到了我。他说，他们正在收割我种下的果实，但其实果园更需要的是新的种子。这句话其实不仅仅在比喻 Apple， 我认为它其实像一把钥匙，打开了我们这个时代很多问题的答案。我们每一个人在自己的工作和生活之中，是不是也更愿意去做一个收获者，而不是一个播种者？我们是不是更愿意去维护那些既有的流程，去优化那些已经有的指标，去做那些安全但平庸的事情？因为播种太难了，因为播种意味着风险，意味着不确定性，意味着你可能辛苦耕耘但一无所获。所以我们必须问自己一个问题，在我们短暂的一生中，我们是去选择安稳地收获前人种下的果实，直到果实枯萎，还是鼓起勇气去种下一颗没人见过，甚至会被所有人嘲笑的新的种子呢？ Steve 最后说，别悲伤，去愤怒，去要求更多，这是一种强大的力量。它其实不是让我们去抱怨，而是在提醒我们每一个人其实内心里都有一个播种者。改变并不一定来自于宏大的变革，可能就发生在你下一次的工作之中。当会议上所有人都在说我们一直都是这样做的时候，你可以轻声但坚定地问一句，那我们是不是可以换一种新的方式？这个时候你就已经种下了一颗新的种子。